Hey guys, it's a little bit past noon and it is late August, and I want to start off by apologizing because I haven't made a video in such a long time, but things have been super crazy lately, not just with the really terrible heat that we've been having, but also with work, and I was on vacation for a while, so I thought I would kind of do a video and show you how things have been doing. And don't judge me, but I've been pretty neglectful with a lot of my plants. So some of them have done great and some of them didn't make it. And as you probably can tell, we're outside in the place where I made the outdoor succulent garden. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pan out and show you how bad it really looks. So some weeds have overgrown quite a few areas. But I will tell you this, a lot of the things I put, like that briar patch euphorbia, that thing has over quadrupled in size. Every year it does this, and I cut off pieces and I give it away and it just keeps making more. And then these prickly pears, they were just a couple little pads. They're doing great. So I might have to give some of those away. I don't know what the heck is happening with that one. That's a deformed thing and I may pull it off. And this agave got huge. So did these other ones, although they were a little bit strangled, I guess, by the weeds. That one's big. Sorry, there's a car coming by. I believe that's my artichoke agave. And deep down somewhere, where is it? I have one of those Victoria agaves. I feel so bad. I need to pull out a bunch of weeds, but honestly, it's probably doing better than it would have done in the greenhouse, because the greenhouse has been over 100 degrees for quite a while, and we'll go in there next and look around, but some things are doing just fine. That sedum's looking great. I've read I've survived, and this is actually Echeveria Rainbow Sunset. It was an import. I figured it wouldn't make it, but it's doing just fine. Of course, looks like we've had some casualties, but I find snails in here, I find slugs, so clearly some of these guys have gotten eaten. But overall, I think it's not terrible considering I've neglected it for almost 2 months. So this is my outdoor garden. I've got a lot of work to do. Today I'm going to pull up a bunch of that stuff. I think it's wisteria. Pull up all these clumps of weeds, and then we'll see what we have left. But some of the gibifloras are looking pretty happy. And what is this? So these big stalks, these are actually stalks off my Echeveria Big Red, which doesn't look great. And I don't know if those are going to be blooms or if they actually look like they could turn into pups. But anyway, this is what it looks like. I know it's bad, but honestly, I expected a lot worse for not coming out and doing anything with it for months. So that's my outdoor garden, and then next we're going to venture in the greenhouse, which is probably even worse. So let's go over and see what we've got. Okay, so before we go in the greenhouse, I want to show you this thing I made. I made this over a year ago, and this was just a bunch of haworthia and aloes that weren't doing good in the greenhouse because it was so sunny. So I shoved them all in this thing, and I've kept them under our gazebo, and they have really done well. So I'm happy about that. I'm just going to leave them out here until it gets cold, but I want to show you that real quick. And then I'll show you something else we have outside too. So give me a second. All right, so we're not in the greenhouse yet. And I don't know if you guys remember when I was talking about how I had to isolate a bunch of plants from the greenhouse because I had the powdery mildew. Well, this is one of them. This is actually sitting on our grill right now. But anyway, it wasn't looking great. Looks really good now. And then I've got a couple tables over here with things that I needed to isolate. So some of these look great. Some of them look sad, but that's because they've been rained on. And we had 4 straight days of rain not too long ago. But I'm telling you, if you would have seen some of these before, a lot of these look way better than they did. Wish I could find some before pictures. But anyway, yeah, some of them have died, whatever. But these are ones that I wasn't going to be upset if they didn't make it. I just wanted to get them out of there so they wouldn't spread any kind of powdery mildew to my other plants. But I've got this table, and then over here, this is a crazy arrangement I made a long time ago. It's got a couple of these. Both of these had powdery mildew on them. They look really good now. And then this huge, this was just a little bit of trailing elephant bush, but now it's completely out of control. Then the rest of these pots, these were ones that were all doing bad. And so I didn't want to kill them, so I just shoved them all in pots. I know this one looks dead, but it just came around and decided to grow like that, so I'm going to have to behead it. And then this is another pot that everything looked terrible, so I shoved it in there. And then my final one, so they're not doing bad. I've seen worse. Let's see. And then this thing, man, this thing just grew all sideways. So lots of beheading in order. Look at this. I don't even know what this is. This is not a succulent. Looks like basil, but it's not. It's growing out of this plant. I don't know what that is. Huh, that's weird. I don't know. Here comes Nico Pup. Hey, baby boy. Anyway, so that's my stuff out here. Oh, I have one more thing to show you. I had a whole pot of baby Pearl von Nürnbergs, and they were doing really awful. They all had powdery mildew, and this is the bowl they're in now. So yeah, there's some little weeds growing in it, but they all look great. They don't have the, actually, what is this? No. It's got roots on it, so that one will make it too. Anyway, other than that, they all look really good, and I've completely neglected them for a long, long time, at least 2 months, and so they recovered. Ooh, I hear some thunder. So we'll have to go in the greenhouse in a second anyway, but let's go in there and I'll show you some other stuff I have. Okay guys, so the greenhouse is a big mess right now, so don't judge me again, but like I said, this is months of neglect. So I've got so many random things. Like these were all little 2-inch pots that I was going to use for arrangements, and they're actually not doing too bad. These were just little guys that I threw in some containers, and I don't know, I've seen worse. Now this area probably looks the cleanest because when I was on a cleaning kick, I decided to start right here, and I took every plant and put new dirt, new top dressing. That's turfus, by the way, the brown stuff. And so this area doesn't look terrible, although again with the neglect, I have a few plants that just look sad, like this big Mediba. This is actually one of my favorite plants, but I really need to work in here today. But I thought between working on this stuff and doing a new YouTube video, I thought I would do a video since I haven't done one in so long. And then after this, I will get on there and or get up in here and do some real work. So anyway, there's an old Etna that I beheaded a long time ago, and then this is the Etna that I beheaded, but it's about time to behead that thing again because look at that. So I need to do it before it gets cold. Everything else over here I almost don't even really want to show you, but I'm going to just because we're in here. So these are just some sad stragglers. Actually, these are pretty cool. So here's some variegated ghosts. They're looking great even though they grew all, you know, lopsided. What else do we have? Got this was my cactus area. So got the totem cactus. This is a dragon fruit. There's a desert rose. This is my domino cactus. It's made several flowers, and it looks like it's got some more on the way. I don't know what to do with this San Pedro. It's etiolated, it's tall, it's got a baby right there. There's my penis cactus in a toilet. Thanks, Carmen. And then here's another thing that I put a bunch of stuff in a bowl because I didn't know what to do with it, and that's actually doing really well. And also, you guys, I had a monkey tail cactus and I cut off a piece for someone, and look what it did. So here's where I cut the piece off for someone. It was just one stalk. Well, anyway, it's grown 3 new babies, and look, it's about to bloom. So I'll have to keep you guys updated on how the bloom looks. This is the biggest pot of aloe ever. There's a spider web in it, but this all came from one teeny tiny aloe plant my mom gave me years ago, and I don't even know what to do with it now. So got some other random stuff. This is a little container of props. And then over here, lots of kind of embarrassing stuff and a lot more containers of random things that I pulled up from the ground last year out of my succulent garden and put them in big bins like this. I've got another one back behind us right here. So this one's actually doing pretty good. And look, now the sun's coming out. Oh, I forgot to show you. Over here I've got a bunch of my imports. Now some of these came in really bad. Like these are Echeveria Contes, and believe it or not, these actually look better than they used to because they shipped really bad. So they're finally starting to recover. Here's some Suculents, Amistars, Polaroid Annas, clusters of iceberries, salmons, some infants, Goseongs. These are Echeveria Blue Light. I really need to repot them. And then some Gemini clusters. A couple other random things like the Titubans, variegated. But anyway, forgot to show you guys that. And I will need to put in a screenshot of this thing when it bloomed. It was so pretty. It's bloomed twice this summer already. And the bloom the first time was like a reddish color, and the bloom this last time was super pretty, bright pink. These are a couple things of sedums, and I keep them in here because I always forget to water them, so I pour water. But don't these kind of look like dunce caps? They're not, but it's a dunce cap looking sedum, so I like that. Then here's my baby desert roses, which I really need to fill up with water today. Some random hanging ones, and then up here there's a donkey or burro's tail, I don't remember. I did start cleaning some pots and put them down here. And then this is my water therapy bin, or one of them. All these guys were so thirsty, they were wrinkled, and I literally woke up at about 5 this morning and thought, oh no, it's been a week and I've had them sitting in water. And I figured they were all dead, and as you can see, they still have, the soil is still wet, but it's been a week and not a single one of them has wrinkles on them now, and the water's all down, gone from the bottom. So this is how I do my water therapy. I know some of you guys will disagree with me and say you have to take the plant completely out and just put the clean roots in there, but I'm sorry, it works for me. All these had horrible wrinkles on them before and they look great, so I'll be pulling those out sometime. And then here's one of my areas with lots of little baby props. And then that's pretty much it. I've got a couple random things. This is my little potting station. And then under here, well, my very first string of pearls is not doing bad. Got some sedums back there that I wanted to grow. Oh, and then there's one of those Haworthias. But anyway, a couple other things. Don't mind the toilet paper. That's for shipping plants. There's some cool aloes. Oh, there's my dachshund. That's Oscar and Nico. But anyway, like I said, please excuse the mess. Thank you guys so much for coming along with me. I will start doing more frequent videos, I promise. I've just been kind of out of it lately, and I'm coming back, so stay with me. And tell you what, everyone who comments on this video this time, I'm gonna do a giveaway, and you guys can have whatever plant you want of my imports. So leave a comment, doesn't matter what, and then I'll do a drawing on my next one, and you guys can decide which one of the imports you want if you want some. So some of them look really great. Those Suculent clusters, I love them. Got a few Hearts Delights. These things are just ginormous. They're big. But anyway, thank you guys again for watching. I hope you will subscribe, and I hope you'll like the video and stick with me for even more fun succulent stuff, and also stay cool. Bye bye.